Hi friends! Today I am going to read a book because June is a special month. Many months we recognize different groups of people, and in June we recognize the people that are a part of the LGBTQ plus community. So in honor of that month, I am choosing to read a book called And Tango Makes Three, and it does have a sticker on it. It is an award winner, and there's an author's note in the back that's important to know before we start the book. All of the events in the story are true. Roy and Silo are called chinstrap penguins because of their delicate line of black feathers that loops around their beaks, as if to hold a hat in place. After years of living side by side in Central Park Zoo, they discovered each other in 1998, and they have been a couple ever since. Tango, their only chick, was born from an egg laid by another penguin couple named Betty and Porky. That couple had often hatched their own eggs, but they have never been able to take care of for more than one at a time. In 2000, when Betty laid 2 fertilized eggs, Rob Gramsci decided to give Roy, Silo, and one of those eggs a chance to become a family. If you go to Central Park Zoo, you can see Tango and her parents splashing around the penguin house along with their friends, including Zipper, Squawk, Charlie, Wasabi, and Peewee. There are 42 chinstrap penguins at Central Park Zoo and over 10 million chinstrap penguins in the world. But there's only one Tango. So, this is a story about a family. Here we go. In the middle of New York City, there was a great park called Central Park. Children loved to play there. It had a toy boat pond where they could sail their small boats. It had a carousel to ride in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. But best of all, it had its very own zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. But children and their parents aren't the only families at that zoo. The animals make families of their own. There's the red panda bear families, the mother and fathers, and furry red panda bear cubs. There are the monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families, and cotton top tamarin families too. And the penguin house, in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year, at the very same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. One was named Roy and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other, they walked together, they sang to each other, and they swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramansky, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home, so they built a nest of stones for themselves, and every night Roy and Silo slept there together, just like a penguin couple. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguins would lay an egg, and she and Papa Penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch. And then there would be a baby penguin. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick, to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, Roy found something that looked like what other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it and sat and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept, and when Silo was done sleeping and setting, he swam, and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock. But nothing happened. Then Mr. Gramsci got an idea. He found an egg that had needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest, and every day they turned it so each side would stay warm. Some days Roy sat while Silo went for food. Other days it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. They sat in the morning, they sat at night, they sat through lunchtime and swim time and supper. They sat in the beginning of the month, they sat at the end of the month, and they sat all the days in between. Take a picture from the top. Until one day, they heard a sound coming from inside their egg. Peep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Squawk, squawk, peep, peep, answered the egg. Suddenly, a tiny hole happened in the egg's shell, and then crack! Out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak, and now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango, Mr. Grumley decided, because it takes two to make a tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. Soon, Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like the other penguin families, and all of the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango! They cheered. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. They snuggled together, and like all the other penguins in the penguin house, and all the other animals at the zoo, and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. And there's the author note to let you know that this is a true story. So it's written by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell, and it was illustrated by Henry Cole. I hope you like it. Have a great day. See you next time.